And sports car legendary team Wayne Taylor Racing, they've done it. That's win 3 in a row. And now it's time to see if Porsche Penske Motorsport can do it.
It is Philippe Ganassi. You can see his record there. He won in 2022 in GTD Pro, 2 overall wins as well to his name. Trying to make it 3 on the bounce. That is certainly quite the achievement, but the team has executed perfectly here today. We said that the other cars been through the wars a little bit, Townsend. Pretty clean race other than that one bump, but
yeah, but all of a sudden, last round of stops, the 6 is right up there in second place. Vantor's still behind the wheel, which makes me wonder, does he finish, Cal, or will they put Estra in for the very last stint? That would be very unusual to just put him in for the final stint, so I think maybe what you see is what you're going to get in terms of the finishing drivers. Either way, it has been Penske perfect for 23 hours.
So, speaking of Jimmy performances here at the Rolex 24, they don't get any better than Scott Pruitt. Let's hear from the legend now. He's with Kevin.
He's a Rolex testimony for good reason. I've never been this close to one of these. I'm not going to touch. I'm going to keep my distance. Scott can do it. And no one has won more times overall here. 5 times, 10 times in class. I think this might be up there amongst the coolest in sports for trophies because it's portable.
It is. This is such an incredible race, and you talk to every driver here, it's all about the watch. Winning a Rolex Daytona here is absolutely fantastic, let alone getting the opportunity to run multiple. I love every opportunity. It feels like home here. I love this place.
You don't have enough hands with the championships you all.
It's no bigger honor than he would see that the door-to-door, the beating, the banging of the NASCAR world. I will say, though, this 24 hours has delivered anything and everything. We've seen the wrecks, we saw the fog, and now we see this final sprint with now only an hour and 20 minutes to go. The driver has to get it right. I assume these are the final drivers. You've been in this position. You want to be in for a couple stints to finish. You don't want to get thrown in for just the last run.
Yeah, I mean, it would be shocking unless, you know, maybe the driver that's in the car right now starts cramping or something physically kind of starts taking them out of the race. But, yeah, I would assume that especially the ones contending for the victories, you're going to stay in there. You know, the year that we won in 2012, I stayed in the car really the last 3.5 hours. And, you know, as a driver, you have that rhythm. You have the feel of the racetrack. You don't want, because they've probably been in the car already for at least the last hour and a half. So for a driver to get in the last hour and try to get back up to speed, because this track, we feel it right now, it's the hottest it's been really testing and during the race weekend. So, yeah, these drivers know what they feel, and I'd be shocked if they get out of the race car.
Townsend, go ahead. I believe you have a question for AJ. Hey, AJ, thanks for joining us again. But you remember a couple years ago we were broadcasting and racing at the same time? My question was just, when you almost wrecked me in turn 2, was that an accident?
I distinctly remember you never looking forward and you just blocking the whole time. So it was weird that your Lexus that day seemed to have 12 wheels on it. That's how wide it felt like trying to pass you. So I don't remember ever touching you. More than anything, I was just trying to avoid how much you blocked. So good times, but you know, I guess we kind of have 2 different memories of it.
AJ, thanks for coming by. Townsend, been waiting all these years to ask that question? Yes. That's fantastic.
Great to hear from the Dinger and good to see him back with Meyer Shank Racing. Hour and 16 left. The countdown continues and there's still so much racing going on here, like on screen in the GT Daytona class. 2 Aston Martins going at it. Magnus Racing chasing the heart of racing. The 27 out in front with Mattia Drudy behind the wheel. And it's Nicky Team doing the chasing. That is the closest battle we've got on track at the moment between 2 cars of the same mark. It's BMW for Turner Motorsport, Robbie Foley, who sits in 3rd in this class, but this is where the fight is here. Magnus Racing has won this in class before. They could do it again. Of each at the World Center of Racing for the Rolex 24. We're sprinting to home, and that sprint is going to get intensified because there's just 2.3 seconds between 1st and 3rd. The dominant car in the race, the number 7 for Porsche Penske and the 31 of Jack Aitken. Penalty handed out to the 912 machine for this.
You can see it there in the backdrop. They're just moving around, reacting to a car that's attempting to get in position to pass. That is a no-no. They're going to call that every time under the new administration, Townsend.
He might have gotten away with one, but it was the second one that I think was overwhelming proof that a blocking penalty should be issued. I think that's a good call from race control, with consistent with how they lay it out in the drivers' meeting before the event. This one, right on the margin, the 44 Aston Martin passing the 27 in turn 3, leaving half a car width-ish at the exit. I think that's a good call as well. It came away as a warning for the 44. I agree with both of those.
So Nicky Team, factory Aston Martin racer, has edged away from Mattia Drudy, and Robbie Foley in third for Turner Motorsports in the BMW is quite a distance back in third. It is getting closer and closer at the front though for the overall lead and the overall win of this race, because the two Penske Porsches have got closer. Yes, the 6 is starting to reel its teammate in. Lawrence Vantor is less than a second behind Felipe